This is your boy Praying Manthis coming at you with another spiritual conversation, the silent one. So this reading is going to be a past, present, and future reading for the month of May. Okay, so I will be doing something a little bit differently, and I will be starting this reading off with time messages. Okay, so let's see what information that the universe has for the silent one. One moment. I have to change my sign. Get me more in the energy. So let's see. 2 to 8 years. So something is going to test your confidence or test your personality or test your independence. Okay. But I feel like you're going to have the intuitive gifts to be able to see through or navigate through some type of depths, is what I'm hearing. I feel like whatever it is that you feel like you are suffering with, or something that's becoming a burden, I feel like it's helping you to build confidence. Or I feel like this is something that you're going to have to experience in the next 2 to 8 years. So Chiron is in Aries. I feel like in the next few months, it's going to be in Taurus. So I feel like there's a need for you. There's preparation is the key to survival. Something may affect your wealth or your inheritance, or your perspective on the occult or death. So you have 2 to 8 years, or I feel like there could be some type of hidden trauma from your childhood that is affecting you or is causing you to suffer or create some type of burden in your life. I feel like until you acknowledge something, that is when something becomes concealed. I feel like until you understand a part of yourself or a part of your personality or a part of your suffering or why you experience this burden in this area of your life, I feel like until you are at one or accept something for what it is, I feel like something begins to add confidence, or I feel like you begin to feel inspired to change your personality. So I feel like something is playing effect on your personality now, but I feel like later on down the line, something is going to start affecting your income or how you view your wealth or your insecurity without wealth or your insecurities on wealth. So I feel like there's something to look forward to in the next 2 to 8 years. Something's going to test your organization or the way that you organize something when it comes to your wealth or the way that you share your wealth. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, or I feel like there's a spiritual transformation ahead of you that's going to change your wealth or your shared resources with other people. This could have something to do with like a bank or some type of investor or some type of loan. Potential. So I feel like even though you are suffering or you're experiencing type of burden in those areas, I feel like there's still a lot of potential for you. Or I feel like you could be facing a lot of sufferings or burdens when it comes to your home or your family, or with technology, or with your health. So I feel like it's time to start appreciating your health or celebrating your health more. There's a lot of potential here for you in the next 2 to 8 years when it comes to these departments of your life or stages of your life. Black sheep. So I feel like you're outgrowing something that you were raised in, or I feel like it's time to start celebrating the convictions that you broke, that you were once raised in. I feel like you're breaking out of some type of conviction or some type of stronghold that you were developed in when you were a child. I feel like you are the black sheep of your family. I feel like Chiron is going to play a part in making sure that something is destroyed when it comes to how you were raised in your family, in order for you to appreciate your potential now. So something is going to be intense in order for something to be complete. Give me a past, present, and future reading for the silent one for May. I feel like something is required for you to start celebrating something now before your 2 to 8 year mark start. Especially because Taurus season started yesterday. So start celebrating yourself. I feel like you went through something, I went through a change, and now you're about to experience a significant new one. So the number 2, so I feel like there's going to be some type of balance or some type of equality or some type of harmony that you're going to experience, or it's going to be a breakthrough for you. Or I feel like you're about to establish some type of business relationship that is going to be a breakthrough for you. If it's not a business relationship like a loving partner, I just feel like the relationships that you create with people are going to be very magical at this present time. I feel like you've suffered through a lot, and I feel like you have a lot to. I just feel like you just something has broken you down to where you just have more compassion for a situation, to where you can see something clearly, or you can acknowledge the truth on an emotional level. So I feel like if this has something to do with some type of trade, I feel like you're going to experience some type of breakthrough. there's going to be a harmonious blend of magical connections that's about to help you experience a major breakthrough when it comes to a contract or your business relationships or your partnerships or your home or your family matters. Or I just feel like there's a need for you to not allow your mood swings to take control of something. Something requires a heart to mind connection. I feel like something is equally balanced when it comes to the mind and the heart. I feel like that's what's allowing something to create potential. Something is equally connected. I feel like the problem is you may not see something clearly, or you may be afraid of what this connection, how this connection makes you feel. But I feel like this is the breakthrough, or I feel like you're about to receive a breakthrough of why you create fears when it comes to creating partnerships or thriving in harmonious partnerships. Something causes you to get into your head to start mirroring the worst of something that's not true. But I feel like if you continue staying in that portal, I feel like you can break through or manifest something that you really were afraid of the whole time. So your fears are not real, or I feel like the world is mirroring how you view yourself. So there's some type of good versus evil when it comes to the way that you communicate when it comes to your partnerships or collaborating with others. There's some type of crises or dilemma that takes over your mind. That blocks you from seeing the harsh truth. I feel like no matter what, something is your something is being ordered. There's a celebration in order for you, or I feel like there's a Gemini who feels really bad for how they treated you. I feel like once someone see you become celebrated or see you experience a breakthrough, something they experience like insomnia, or I feel like if you have been experiencing a lot of insomnia from past relationships, I feel like in the future you're going to experience a breakthrough where people are going to actually start celebrating you for your efforts and your hard work or your foundation. I do feel like when you do experience this celebration, it's just a milestone to how far you have to go. So a rites of passage, you're going to be experiencing some type of breakthrough when it comes to your independence or your work or your home. Something that was once a nightmare will now become um, a success. You could be dealing with the Aries or Libra. or Cancer, or Gemini. 14 years. So you pulled another time card. I feel like slow and steady wins the race. Or I feel like it's going to be important that you put your independence and your domestic life first for the next 14 years. I meant to pull the Oracle card. Tea leaves. So your psychic development, or I feel like it's going to be important for you to trust your psychic impressions when it comes to your mind, or you taking action on something. Maybe someone celebrating getting out of jail, or this was someone's breakthrough. I feel like whatever seeds you have been planting behind closed doors is starting to break out, or is causing you to break through something. I'm also getting to, if you want your psychic development to improve, drink chamomile tea, no sugar, just honey and lemon. Something's going to help smoothen your mind or cut through the truth. You could be dealing with the Gemini, or technology, or communication, or media concerns. So there's a horse that needs a new rider. I'm your boy Praying Mantis. I'm your magical instructor for this evening. And remember, lose your mind, find your soul. See you around.